Your Airbnb setup could be destroying your reviews without you even knowing it. In this video, I'm gonna show you 15 setup tricks that are guaranteed to boost your review scores. And if you stick around till the end, I'll show you 3 changes that you can make in the next hour that most 5-star superhosts are already using. Let's dive right in with trick number 1, upgrading your smart home setup. Now, this is something that almost every host gets wrong, and it's costing them serious review points. Most hosts think that having a smart lock is enough, but here's what the top rated properties are doing differently. They're creating what I call a smart home triangle, and this combines 3 key elements that work together to practically guarantee 5-star reviews. First, you've got your smart entry system. But here's the trick. You need to send the code to guests in a specific way at a specific time with specific instructions. Checking into your listing should be seamless. Confusion here can doom your reviews before they stay has even begun. Second, you need smart temperature control. But hosts completely mess this up by setting restrictive limits that drive guests crazy. Instead, here's what you want to do. Set your minimum temperature to 65 degrees and your maximum to 77. This gives guests enough control to feel comfortable while protecting your energy bills. The third piece of the triangle is automated lighting, but I'm not just talking about smart bulbs everywhere. That's actually overkill. You want strategic placement in 3 specific areas: the entry path, the kitchen, and the bathrooms. These are the spaces where guests most need hands-free lighting, especially during their first hour at your property. Now, trick number 2, we need to talk about your bedroom setup, because this is where most hosts think they're doing great, but they're missing some crucial elements. But before I show you exactly how to optimize your bedroom for 5-star reviews, I want to take a quick second to tell you about something that's going to help you implement everything we talk about in this video. It's my brand new book, Airbnb Unlocked. Airbnb Unlocked is a comprehensive guide for hosts who want to save time and stay fully booked. It includes a whole bunch of my very best tools, templates, and strategies. And the best part is, it's 100% free. Rather than charging money for the book, I'm giving it away completely free at the top link in the description down below. So be sure to grab a copy to get more detailed overviews of everything that's covered in this video and more. Now, back to that bedroom setup. The key here is what I call the Hotel Plus strategy. You want to give guests everything they'd expect to get at a high-end hotel, plus the extra touches that make Airbnb special. Let's start with your bedding. But here's where most hosts go wrong. They focus on thread count when they should be focusing on what I call the triple L system: layers, lighting, and layout. For layers, you need 3 specific types of pillows on your bed. First, you've got your sleeping pillows. Always have at least 2 per person. Then you need 2 medium firm decorative pillows, and finally, 1 accent pillow. But the real secret is how you present them. You want to arrange your pillows in what I call a cascade formation. Start with the sleeping pillows standing up against the headboard, then layer the decorative pillows in front, then finally place the accent pillow in the center. This might sound simple, but it's actually a psychological trigger that makes guests feel like they're getting a more luxurious experience. For lighting, you need both bedside lamps and overhead lighting. But here's the trick. The bedside lamps should be the same height as the mattress plus 10 inches. This is the perfect height for reading in bed, and guests notice these details. Now for the layout, you want at least 3 feet of walking space on either side of the bed. If you can't get 3 feet on both sides, prioritize the side closest to the bathroom. Moving on to trick number 3, kitchen organization. This is where you can really set yourself apart, because most hosts just throw some pots and pans in the cabinets and call it a day. Instead, here's what 5-star hosts do differently. They use what I call the zone system. You divide your kitchen into 5 specific zones: cooking, coffee, cleaning, storage, and extras. In your cooking zone, you want your pots, your pans, and utensils within arm's reach of the stove. But here's the key: only keep 2 of each item. 2 pots, 2 pans, 2 spatulas. Why? Because studies show that giving people too many options actually lowers their satisfaction. They get overwhelmed trying to pick which pan to use. For the coffee zone, this needs to be completely separate from everything else. Your coffee maker, mugs, sugar, and filters should all be together, ideally right near an outlet. Now, inside Airbnb Unlocked, we go into even more detail on how to optimize your kitchen setup. So if you're serious about knocking it out of the park, grab your free copy at the first link in the description. Moving on to trick number 4, your bathroom enhancement. This is where you can really boost your reviews because bathroom quality is one of the top factors in guest satisfaction. The secret here is what I call the hotel mirror test. Stand in front of your bathroom mirror and ask yourself, does this look like a hotel bathroom or does it look like somebody's personal bathroom? If you see any personal items or random products or unorganized supplies, you're gonna lose points on your reviews. Instead, here's what you need: a white shower curtain, matching towel sets, hotel-style toiletry dispensers, and a curved shower rod. These make the shower feel bigger. But the real game changer is what I call the supply staging technique. You want to have extra supplies visible but organized. Place them in clear containers or on open shelving where guests can easily see them. This does 2 things. First, it shows guests that they won't run out of anything. And second, it makes your bathroom look more professional and organized. For trick number 5, we're going to perfect your living space layout. Now, this is where I see hosts make the biggest mistake of all. They try to copy their personal home setup instead of creating a space that's optimized for guests. Here's what you need to do instead. Create what I call activity stations. These are dedicated spaces for specific activities that guests typically do, like a workstation with proper lighting and outlets, or an entertainment station with clear TV instructions, a charging station for multiple devices, or even just a reading or relaxation corner. The key is to make each station obvious and accessible. Don't make guests hunt for outlets or figure out where they should sit to work. All right, let's move on to trick number 6, creating the perfect welcome station. This is something that a lot of hosts completely overlook, but it's actually one of the easiest ways to boost up your reviews. Here's why. The first 5 minutes of a guest stay will determine their entire experience. It sets the stage. If they walk in and feel confused or lost, that negative feeling is going to stick with them throughout the rest of their stay. So here's what you need to do. Create what I call a welcome station. This should be the first thing that guests see when they first walk in the door. You want a welcome letter, ideally personalized with their name. You want your house manual, organized by topic, not a giant, great big wall of text. Local recommendations, ideally sorted by distance from the property, and any emergency contacts clearly displayed. Also, don't forget the Wi-Fi. But here's the trick that most hosts miss. You need to make this area look important. Don't just leave papers on a table. Use a nice folder or display stand, add some lighting, maybe even a small welcome gift. Make it impossible to miss. Now, moving on to trick number 7, give your guests proper storage solutions. Now, this is where most hosts think they're doing enough by just leaving some empty closet space. But if you want 5-star reviews, you need to go further. Here's my triple S system for storage. Suitcase spots, ideally luggage racks or designated areas, separation spaces, so clear zones from different guests, and supply storage, extra hangers, hooks, and organizers. The key again is to make it obvious. Don't make guests guess where they should put different things. And here's a pro tip that's working really well for our B&B tribe members. Add a small sign or label in each storage area showing what it's for. This might seem simple, but it makes guests feel more confident about using the space. For trick number 8, we're gonna talk about lighting design. This is where I see hosts either do way too much or way too little. You need to find the sweet spot with what I call the 3-layer lighting system. Layer 1 is task lighting. This is for specific activities like cooking, reading, or working. Layer 2 is ambient lighting. This creates the overall mood of the space. And layer 3 is accent lighting. This highlights specific features or areas. But here's the secret. You need to make it dead simple to control. If guests need a PhD to figure out your light switches, then you're doing it wrong. Once again, labels can really be a lifesaver here. Trick number 9 is to create the perfect workspace. With more people working remotely than ever before, this is crucial for getting 5-star reviews consistently. But most hosts just stick a desk in a corner and call it done. That's not gonna cut it these days. Instead, here's what you need. A desk that's at least 40 inches wide, a comfortable chair, not just a dining room chair, multiple outlets within reach, natural lighting if possible, and a strong Wi-Fi signal. This part is obviously crucial, but the real game changer is what I call the tech hub setup. This is something we teach in detail inside Airbnb Unlocked, and it's getting amazing results for hosts. So again, check it out at the link in the description if you want to learn more about that. Now for trick number 10, entertainment options. This is where most hosts either go overboard with expensive equipment or completely drop the ball with just basic cable. Here's what actually works. First, you need 3 main entertainment options for guests: a smart TV with simple instructions, basic streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus, and non-tech options like books, board games, and yard games. But here's the key. You need to make it all accessible. Don't make guests spend 20 minutes trying to figure out how to watch Netflix. Write out clear instructions, organize them in a way that makes sense, and test them out yourself. Better yet, have someone else test them who's never been to your property before. Now, these next 5 tricks are a bit more advanced, but they're absolutely crucial if you want to consistently get 5-star reviews. Trick number 11 is all about safety features. I know safety isn't the most exciting topic, but here's the thing. Guests won't notice good safety features, but they'll definitely notice when they're missing. Here's my 3-part safety system. Number 1 is visible emergency items, things like a fire extinguisher and a first aid kit. Next is clear emergency procedures, posted in key areas. And last is easy access points with clear paths to the exits. But here's the trick. You need to make these features visible without making your place look like a hospital. For example, you can put your first aid kit in a decorative box that matches your decor. Just make sure it's clearly labeled. Moving on to trick 12, your outdoor space optimization. Even if you've only got a tiny balcony, you can use what I call the outdoor extension principle to make it feel like a genuine living space. Here's what you're gonna need. Comfortable seating, get some that's weather resistant. Good lighting, solar powered is perfect, and a clear purpose, whether that's dining, relaxing, or working. But the real secret is how you present it in your listing. Most hosts just mention outdoor space and then move on. Instead, you want to highlight specific activities guests can do while they're there. This sets expectations and makes the space feel more valuable. For trick 13, we're diving into your supply storage and organization. This is something that a lot of hosts overlook, but it's actually crucial for getting those 5-star reviews. You need what I call the hidden hotel system. This means organizing your supplies like a hotel would, but keeping them out of sight until needed. Create 3 specific zones: cleaning supplies, organized by task, extra linens sorted by room, and guest supplies arranged by frequency of use. These supplies are mostly going to be used by your cleaners rather than your guests, but keeping them organized and accessible will help avoid potential mistakes. Help your team to help your guests. Trick number 14 is all about emergency avoidance. One of the biggest causes of negative reviews can be unexpected emergencies. Think water leaks, power outages, and AC malfunctions. Naturally, it's your job as a host to avoid these issues as much as possible. Taking care of preventative maintenance is a great step in the right direction, but you may also want to go the extra mile with things like smart leak detection devices and backup generators. This is where most hosts either go way too complicated or way too basic. You need to find the sweet spot for your listing. The key is to make everything foolproof as much as possible. And finally, trick 15, special touches that guarantee 5-star reviews. This is where you can really set yourself apart, and it doesn't have to cost a fortune. I call this the memory maker strategy. A small welcome basket, locally sourced is best, personal touches like handwritten notes, this tend to work great, plus some unexpected extras like emergency phone chargers or commonly forgotten toiletries. But here's the thing, you need to be strategic about these touches. Random gifts won't get you the same results as thoughtful, targeted ones. The more guests feel that you genuinely care, the better. Now, as promised, here are the 3 changes you can make in the next hour that will instantly improve your reviews. Number 1, create a first 5 minutes checklist. Walk through your front door and write down everything a guest needs to know in their first 5 minutes there. Number 2, set up your welcome station with clear instructions and emergency info. Number 3, do a tech test. Try to connect to the Wi-Fi, turn on the TV, and adjust the thermostat without using any instructions. If you want to take your hosting to the next level and get access to all of our setup guides, checklists, and templates, then check out Airbnb Unlocked. Inside, you'll get step-by-step walkthroughs on everything we covered today, plus a bunch of our best tools and templates. The link to join is in the description right down below, and it's 100% free. So grab yourself a copy right now. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every single week with tips and strategies to help you succeed on Airbnb. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.